Hi, I'm Amelia, and in this week's video I'm going to be sharing all of the different things that I made in April. Hi, welcome to my channel. I'm Amelia, and this is where I talk all about making a handmade wardrobe for me and my children. This month I did a lot of sewing for my children and for other people in my life as part of the Selfless Sew April challenge. But I did also do a little bit of sewing for myself, and I'll be sharing these two dresses a little bit later on in today's video. Thank you for returning to my channel as ever if you're a subscriber, and if you haven't yet subscribed, it would be so great if you could click on that subscription button below the video. It's free. And then also hit that notification bell at the same time, and then you'll be notified of when I publish future vlogs. And if you do enjoy what you see today, it would be great too if you could hit that like button, as that helps YouTube to then share my video with other people who might also enjoy it. Now, before I launch into my makes, I just wanted to say a massive thank you to those of you who have subscribed. I recently hit 10,000 subscribers, which is an incredible milestone. When I started this channel, I was aiming for 1,000 subscribers, so to see it hit that 10,000 point is absolutely amazing. So thank you so much if you do follow me here on YouTube. Now, as a way of saying thank you, I thought I would do a question and answer vlog if that's something you would like to see. So if you do have any questions for me, they can be about me, about sewing for children. If you have any questions, do pop them down in the comments below this video, and if there are enough questions, then I will film a question and answer vlog to celebrate that milestone for my channel. Right, so without further ado, I'm going to get started into this month's makes, and the first thing I made was a tote bag for my mother-in-law. Now, I've never sewn a bag before, and I did see this one on Tamlin, who's sewn on the Tyne, on her Instagram page, and I thought that looks like the perfect bag pattern. Now, the softened tote bag is a quilted tote bag. Now, I do love a little bit of quilting, so that was something I was really keen to try out. And I used a rifle paper linen canvas that I bought from Sister Mintaka at the Knitting and Stitching show recently. Now, while I was there, I took the opportunity of finding a lining fabric at the same time. It can be quite hard to match fabrics online, so I thought I would do it while I was there, and I bought a matching green cotton to line the bag with. Now, I love the softened tote design. It is a great capacious bag, very nicely sized, and it has a little phone pocket or a pocket for your little bits and pieces on the inside, and it closes with a tie. It has quilted straps as well, and those are a nice long length for going over the shoulder. I really loved the construction of this pattern. Like many of these things I made this month, it really was a joy to sew and then to gift. I have to admit to really quite wanting to hold on to this one for myself, but it was also just a lovely one to gift, and it was one of my selfless sews for the Selfless Sew April challenge. Now, unfortunately, I don't have it anymore to show you, but I'll pop in some pictures that I took before I gifted it so you can see how it came out. I did, of course, add one of my favourite little rosy cheeks labels to the bag, as I do love the finish that a little label gives to a make. Now, the second thing I made this month was a gift for my mother. We do have quite a few family birthdays in April, May and June, so I took advantage this month of sewing up some of these gifts in advance to just get ready for birthday season. Now, when I saw this fabric on the Liberty website, I immediately thought of my mother, as I thought it was a design that she would really like. So I did buy some of this to make a skirt for her birthday, and the pattern I decided to make was just a simple circle skirt. I just loved the print on this fabric, and I really wanted that to shine. So I decided to use the By Hand London Circle Skirt Calculator, which I've used before. It's free, and that just allows you to draw the pattern pieces out onto tracing paper, which I did. I then decided to use the scalloped pocket piece from the Megan Nielsen Veronica skirt pattern. Now, that's another circle skirt, it's another free pattern, and I just added that to the By Hand London circle skirt that I'd made. Now, I absolutely loved sewing this one. Again, a circle skirt comes together really quickly, and it just looks so elegant, especially in this cotton lawn. But I did have some of the lawn left over, and I don't like having remnants, particularly of cotton lawn. Now, I've recently bought the Marilla Walker Nautilus top pattern, and I absolutely loved making that one as the button down blouse, which I showed in a recent makes video, so I'll link that below in the description box. And there is another version of this top which has a round neck and no buttons, so just more of a shell top, I suppose. And again, it looks like a lovely top, so I thought I had just enough fabric to squeeze out a Nautilus top from the Liberty lawn, and actually I really love them together as a little set, but I also hope my mother will get a lot of use out of these pieces as separates if she doesn't choose to wear them together. So that was my second make for the month, a little set, a circle skirt and a little top to go with it for my mother. So the next things that I made in April were some Easter outfits for my children. Now I'm going to start with my boys because I made 2 of these, and they were the Little Lizard King shorts pattern. I think they called them Mendoza shorts. I had the best time making these shorts. I don't know why. I think there were a lot of techniques in here I hadn't made before. So I made these in a striped cotton that I bought from So Me Sunshine. It's a very sort of light green colour, which goes quite well with my daughter's dress, and I'll show you that in a moment. Now the pattern itself comes with lots and lots of different options. Now there are these front pockets which you can put on or you can omit. I didn't do the faux fly, but there is an option for a faux fly. And then on the back there is the option to include welt pockets. Now one of my goals this year is to do some new techniques, and I've never done a welt pocket before, so I decided to give that a go, and the instructions were fantastic. I'm so proud with how these welt pockets came out, although there is definitely room for improvement. So the first thing you'll notice is that I didn't cut these 2 welt pieces the same way. I originally only thought I'd do 1 welt pocket, then realised that would look strange, so cut out a second welt pocket and just obviously got the direction of my fabric the wrong way around. So one of the stripes runs this way, and then the stripes on this one run vertically, so that's a bit of a faux pas, but nothing that's going to stop my boys wearing these shorts. And unless you look really closely at the back of the shorts, I don't think you'd notice that. I absolutely loved learning a new technique. You can't get it right the first time, and nobody's perfect. So I still absolutely love the shorts. I really love the fit of them on my boys. They fit them beautifully. And my oldest child has asked me to make him some more. So that's a huge vote of confidence for these shorts. They look great on my boys, they're very comfortable, and they have really loved wearing them, so I will definitely be making more of the Mendoza shorts pattern by Little Lizard King. Now to go with those shorts, I made the Peony Patterns Myrtle dress. Now this is from the cotton seersucker from So Me Sunshine that I used for my Marilla Walker Nautilus top, and I actually made that out of the remnants of this dress. Now this is such a beautiful dress. It's got quite a simple bodice with these gorgeous puffed sleeves. Now you have to forgive me, my daughter was wearing this in the garden underneath a cardigan, so the sleeves are not quite sitting as they should, but I'm just delighted that she loves to wear it, so there you go. But they are beautiful puffed sleeves. And then I think the best bit about this dress is the back here with the beautiful crossover details and these 4 buttons at the back. I do tend to try and size up when I make clothing for my children because I want it to last them for as long as possible. So when I made this, I did make the size 4, but what that did mean is that it was a little bit on the big side for her, and because of the nature of the wrap at the back, there was a little bit of gaping and the sleeves are sort of falling off her shoulders a little bit. No problem at all, because this is a wrap at the back. All I did was move the buttons slightly closer so that I could make that a tighter wrap at the back. And I guess the benefit of this style of dress is that as she grows I can just move those buttons back again and open up the V a little bit to give her more room to grow. So a great pattern if you want to make a dress that will last a couple of years in your child's wardrobe. I can definitely recommend this one, and I really enjoyed putting these puff sleeves together. So it was lots of fun making that dress for her, and it went really beautifully with the boys' shorts as a little sibling set on Easter Day. Now we also have some family events coming up in the summer, so I'm really excited. Hopefully the children will get to wear these outfits more than just for Easter Day. I do love sewing them for Easter, but I do also enjoy the fact that they can wear them again throughout the year if we have like a special occasion to go to. And like I said, the boys have chosen to wear those shorts on other occasions in the weekends and things, just mooching about the house, so I'm really glad that the children are getting a lot of wear out of their Easter outfits. Right, the next thing I thought I would talk to you about is what I'm wearing today, and you'll probably recognise it because it's been all over YouTube and Instagram, and it is the Tilly and the Buttons Mabel dress. Now this is Tilly and the Buttons' latest pattern, and it is a really lovely dress for the summer. It has shirring here to bring the waist in just underneath the bust. It has this elasticated front piece here with a tie. Now this tie doesn't do anything, it's just for show. What really holds the bust in place is some elastic, which I actually really like. It feels a lot more secure, and then if my bow for any reason comes undone, there's not going to be anything displayed I don't want to be displayed, so I do really like the elastic for security. The sleeves are also put in with elastic to hold them in place, and I've found these to be great. They haven't gone anywhere at all. They stay really nicely on my shoulders. Then I chose to do the shorter sleeves, which are finished with 5 rows of shirring, and then you get this lovely flutter at the bottom. There is also the option to make a longer sleeve, which has 10 rows of shirring at the cuff, which I think looks beautiful as well. But because I wanted this to be a springing summery dress, I decided to go with the short sleeve. Then at the back of the dress again has the elastic across the back here, which attaches to the sleeves. Now I made this in a Minerva exclusive viscose challis, and I did receive this from them for free in exchange for a blog because I am a Minerva brand ambassador. Now I absolutely loved this when I saw it. I love the colours. It's called the Countryside Cluster, and I'll put a link to my blog below in the description box, which has a link to the fabric and the pattern that I used for this dress, as well as a full detailed review if you would like to read that. The viscose challis was lovely to work with. I really enjoyed sewing this one. It shirred up beautifully. I had no problems shirring it. Tilly's instructions, as ever, were fantastic in terms of getting that shirring right. And yeah, the elastic went in beautifully. It was very easy to sew with. It wasn't too slippery at all, and I actually really like the look that the viscose gives to the finished dress. It's quite light and floaty, and I think it will be really good for the summer. I did size down in this dress. I went with my bust measurement, which is a Tilly size 3. My waist and hips put me at a size 4 and a size 5 for Tilly sizing. I just made a straight size 3 because I didn't want it to be too blousy, and I'm really happy with the finished look of the dress. In the pattern, Tilly gives you the pattern piece for the peplum. When you make the blouse, it comes with a peplum, and then you can draft the skirt to whatever length that you like, and she does give some suggested lengths in the pattern. So I actually made the shortest suggested length of skirt because I knew I wanted this to be more sort of a knee length dress. Now that actually came out to more of a midi length on me, and I just decided that that didn't look quite right, so I shortened it to more sort of just at my knees, and I actually took another 2 inches off the shortest skirt measurement given in the pattern. And I'm really happy with where that finishes. I think proportionally it looks really good with where the sleeves finish to just have this finish at knee length. And if I make any more Mabel dresses, which I may already have done, I will definitely be making them at this knee length. Now I did only have 2 meters of this viscose challis, and I easily got the Mabel dress out of 2 meters. It doesn't seem to use up too much fabric. I mean, the sleeve pieces are relatively big, I suppose, because of the shirring, but I think probably because I made it with the shorter sleeves and I made it with a shorter skirt, I did have no problem getting this one out of 2 meters of the viscose challis. So that's really good to know that I can get a dress for the summer out of 2 meters of fabric, and I think I'll be making some more of these. I have a few hacks in mind because I've been seeing quite a few of these shirred dresses on the high street, so I'm looking forward to making a few more of these perhaps over the summer. Right, so before I talk about this dress, I thought I would just quickly mention another dress that I made for my daughter this month. Now I have got a full-length video talking about how I put this dress together on my YouTube channel, so I'll link that below if you want to go and watch that. But I will briefly mention it here because it is something that I did make this month, and it is this beautiful Liberty heirloom dress really for my daughter. Now when I was away over Easter, I was reading the news and I saw Princess Charlotte going to church on Easter morning, and I saw her wearing a dress very similar to this one, which I just loved. I loved the ruffles around the collar, I loved the ruffles on the bodice, and I just thought it was a really lovely classic style with just a little bit of a difference. So I set about trying to work out how I could recreate the look of that dress, and I settled on using the Peony Patterns Camellia dress pattern. Now unfortunately that is no longer available. They've discontinued that pattern, which is really, really sad, because it is surprisingly difficult to find a little girl's dress that has the bodice that comes to the waist, puff sleeves and a Peter Pan collar. To find those 3 things together seems to be a little tricky, but Little Lizard King do have a couple of patterns. I'll link them below. They have their Kensington dress, I think it's called, and their Liberty dress pattern, both of which are very similar to this style if you wanted to have a go at this pattern hack for yourself. So I made it with the frill around the Peter Pan collar. I hacked the bodice so that it had these 4 frills down the front, and then the back is just finished with buttons and a lovely long sash. So that was really such a lovely one to put together. I always enjoy working with Liberty lawn. It's so delightful to sew with. I did take a lot of time over this. There was a lot of hand basting with these frills and hand sewing down the cuffs and sewing down the lining of the bodice, because I just wanted this one to be one that would be worn by her and hopefully then passed down as a little bit of an heirloom. So the last dress that I'll mention this month is this Mabel here. Now in my most recent video, which was all about blouse patterns, I did mention the fact that I wanted to make a smocked blouse. Now initially I thought I would make the Mabel as a blouse, but I'm just not sure how the peplum would sit on me and where it would finish and whether that's a look that I would wear a lot. And since I was going to be putting all of this time into the smocking, I wanted to make sure that I would wear it. So I decided in the end to make it as the Mabel dress and not the blouse, and to put in the smocking. So you can see, instead of doing the shirring here at the waist, I smocked it, and instead of doing the shirring on the sleeves, I smocked that instead as well. Now this is a bit of a wearable toile because I wanted to check how stretchy the smocking was. It does fit. You'll see it is quite stretched quite wide, but the stitch that I chose to do for the smocking allows it to stretch over my waist, and then this stitch here allows it to stretch over my arms as well. I made it in a beautiful linen, viscose linen from Merchant and Mills. And again, it came together beautifully. I really enjoyed doing this smocking. So I did actually put this dress together in a slightly different order than this one. I do prefer the order that I did this one in this time, I have to say. I started by doing the tops of the sleeves and then by overlocking the top of the skirt piece, because it's a little hard to do that once you put the smocking in. So once I'd finished the tops of the sleeves, I did all of the smocking together, and I would do it the same way if I was shirring it, if I'm honest with you. Next time I will finish the tops of the sleeves and then do the shirring all in one go. The pattern has you do the skirt and then come back to the sleeves later. But when you've got your machine all set up for shirring, or when you're sitting down to do all of the smocking, I'd rather do it all in one go. So I did the smocking on the sleeves, the smocking on the skirt, and then I just finished off the bodice panels and attached the skirt. Apart from the smocking, which took a little while, it was quite a quick one to put together. Again, I do like that about the Mabel dress. It's not a long sew, because the shirring does come together quite quickly. I chose to use a bright yellow colour for the smocking just because I thought it would be really fun and bright for summer, and I absolutely love the finished dress. I think it looks really bright and fun, and I'm going to look forward to wearing this in the summer months. I really enjoyed using smocking on a pattern for myself, and I'm still planning to see if I can make a blouse at some point in the summer for myself using some smocking. And I do have a dress in mind for my daughter's birthday as well with some more smocking. So I'll hopefully share a video with some techniques and tips that I've picked up over the years in terms of smocking. But if you do want to hear it from an expert, I'll link a couple of great people below in the description box. Gail Doan has a fantastic Smocking 101 series of videos over on her website, and I have watched her course and learned so much from that about how to pleat fabric by hand or the pleater, how to smock, different stitches. It's an absolutely invaluable course if you're someone who really wants to get into smocking. The other channel I absolutely love on YouTube is Sarah Classic Sewing, and she has amazing videos about getting started with smocking and heirloom sewing for children, boys and girls. So if you're someone that wants to get started with smocking, do go and check out those two wonderful ladies. They have so much expertise between them, and I've definitely relied a lot on their teaching to learn how to smock. So I do hope you enjoyed seeing those things that I made in April. It's a bit of a different selection from me this month. Lots and lots of pieces of children's clothing and gifts and things this month. But I had such a lot of fun sewing these. It just brings me so much joy actually to sew for other people. So thank you to Claire, who's Stitch Hen Sew, and Adele, who's Sew for Serenity, and Crystal, who is my social thread, for putting together the Selfless Sew April challenge, because it was just the push that I needed to get all of those birthday presents and things sewn up, and it just was such a lot of fun to sew for others this month. So like I said at the beginning, if you've got any questions for me, do leave those in the comments box below, and do let me know what you made this April for other people, and if you got involved with that challenge, I'd love to hear what you made this month. Thanks again for watching. I'm really looking forward to seeing you in next week's video, and until then, I hope you have a lovely week ahead full of lots of happy sewing, and I'll see you soon. Goodbye!